Hi, Thalia. How you doing? Okay, so this is a really super interesting illustration. I love the rhythm created by what would be her hair, as well as kind of the film here that indicates her bangs and her hair, and the way that creates this really intense rhythm. And I think that's amplified a little bit by the color choices, because that kind of hot pink on that yellow, that it's such a high contrast. It creates what's called visual vibration. And we see visual vibration quite often in illustrations, or actually, and we can see it in typography too, if there's a really super high contrast. For example, if you were to type a paragraph on a yellow background using like this really, magenta, it's going to create what's called visual vibration. And it actually looks like the lines are moving. And I think that this designer used that phenomena to their advantage, and I think that's a really neat technique there. My question to you, and if you could respond, I think it would be fantastic. But what does this piece mean to you? And I'm going to tell you, because a lot of these illustrations, it goes beyond. At this point, we should be beyond looking at the visual attributes of the illustration alone and start trying to decipher maybe some meaning. And a lot of times the meaning of an illustration is just as important as, for a visual communicator, as the techniques used, the illustrative techniques. So to me, I think this is a fascinating notion, because to me what this says is based on these kind of theater seats with people in them. To me, this kind of denotes, and the meaning here to me is somebody who's a famous actor or actress, how they react to their audience viewing them. So if you think about it, that's a pretty complex thought pattern of, if you're somebody who is watched, if somebody watches you, and that's your job, that's what you do for a living, is allow people to watch you, which is basically what actresses and actors, screen and stage actors do. But I think this brings, and that's kind of where we stop thinking about it, right? But I think this brings a really intense notion to the table by asking the viewer to stop for a second and think about what the actor or actress, how they feel about their audience. What is their reaction to their audience? To me, that's the meaning here. And I'm really interested in what you think the illustration itself means. So if you could just shoot me a quick response here and tell me what the meaning here is to you. Okay, good job. Thank you. Good written analysis. Thanks, Thalia.